Okay. The Strangers, Chapter 3, directed by Rennie Harlan, written by Alan Cohen and Alan Friedland, starring the returning Madeline Petch and the legendary Richard Brake. Um, whew. Where Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 were trash. I was hoping that 3 they would like kind of make up for it and make it like an epic conclusion and be like, okay, yeah, here's the big finale. This is gonna be huge. No, chapter 3 is a dumpster fire. The movie opens with X amount of years ago, where they kidnap and kill somebody else, and it's like we don't really need to see a flashback from a few years ago of them doing the exact same thing. It's very clear that they have been doing this for years, forever. So it's like, okay, you're showing us something we already know. Back to the present, as for the ending of Chapter 2, we see Maya killed Pinup Girl. So it's like, okay, Sackhead, or Scarecrow, whatever you want to call him. I call him Sackhead because this is just trash movies. You figure he's like, okay, he's going to be sad. We learned backstory in Chapter 2 that they have known each other for years, ever since they were kids. So it's like, okay, he's going to be sad. But then he does something just completely out of nowhere. And it's like, as he's doing, I'm sitting there scratching my head. It's like, okay, why is he doing this to the person that he's known since he was a kid and the person that he claims later in the movie was like the only light in his life and that he clearly loves? Like, what? And then later, at an abandoned sawmill, because of course there's an abandoned sawmill, he does something else with her body, and it's like, what? There's an awkward ass scene between Maya and Sackhead without his costume, without his mask, and then throughout the movie he's still chasing her and going after her with his mask on. It's like, we know who you are. She knows who you are. What's the point of wearing the mask at this right now? Like, if your dumbass didn't reveal yourself to her in the second movie, yeah, sure, keep the mask on. It's still a mystery. It's not a mystery anymore. There's another awkward-ass scene with our sheriff, Richard Brake, and she, manages to steal his car and then immediately crashes it. And then, of course, Sackhead just happens to be there. Just like that. It's like, this is just way too convenient and so cliche. Through more flashbacks, we find out Richard Brake's character, Sheriff, his actual connection to the Strangers. And I'm obviously not going to reveal if you want to dare to see this movie, so no spoilers, but it's like, okay, saw that coming. At one point he even says the line of, "I prayed this wouldn't happen again, somehow I knew." It's like, you're a cop, of course you knew. Like, such a stupid line. But through continued flashbacks we still learn more about Sackhead's and Pinup Girl's past, and how they meet Dollface. So it's like, okay, that was useful. We know how they met their third. But the way they meet her is still just so cliched and stupid. It's like, what's the point? Just keep it a mystery. Maya's sister and her sister's husband finally show up with this big black dude. Assumedly he's a bodyguard or something, maybe a private detective. I don't know. They're just there, and I'm going to be honest with you, they're cannon fodder. They exist just to not exist. They exist to just be cannon fodder. That's it. At one point we see Maya get to swing the infamous axe, and it's just it's got to be the worst axe swing I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my god. You know what? What made the original Strangers with Liv Tyler so good was the mystery of it. It was literally 3 strangers They break in, they torture, they kill. No reasoning behind it. We don't know who they are. They're just three strangers looking to kill. That's it. This trilogy takes every mystique, every mystery, and they throw it out the window. One of the lines from chapter 2 from Sackhead, he says when it comes to, why are they doing this? Why are they killing? Blah, 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 blah. He goes, does there need to be a reason? It's like, that's perfect. Exactly. That's what made the first original movie so good. Does there need to be a reason? No. They're just crazy. They just want to kill. They're just psychos. Plain and simple. Learning the backstories of these characters is just, they're psychotic killers. Why are you trying to humanize them? We don't need a backstory about them. All we need to know is that they're there, they're mysterious, and they kill. That's it. That's what made the original so good. Here, they had backstory. They had unnecessary backstory. And Madeline Petch, her acting is just so wooden and monotone and just bad. An interview with her recently went out saying that she wants to remake a deep-cut 70s horror movie. And I'm sitting there reading it. I'm like, please don't. Stay away. You've already ruined The Strangers. Don't ruin anything else. The Strangers, Chapter 3, much like 1 and 2, gets an F.
Thank you for watching Fatman Inc. Horror. Leave a like if you enjoyed and a comment to discuss your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to see more reviews of horror movies new and old. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.